A door just opened in a place that was never meant to be found. And the moment it opened, the whole world started to change. If you thought the aisle was dangerous, you haven't seen what's waiting on the other side. Because this time, the story doesn't follow the rules. This time, Wonderland is real. And its wicked dot in the dark silence feels heavier than usual. A slow ticking sound starts like a clock that can't stop. The screen shows a black sky filled with floating cards, spinning like they are caught in a storm. A soft voice whispers, broken and scared, "Don't look at it. Don't open it." Then a sudden flash, bright eyes in the shadows, a smile that feels wrong, and a keyhole glowing like fire. The ticking grows louder, faster, almost like a heartbeat. A line appears on the screen. The end was only the beginning. The music drops low, and we see quick broken clips. A red rose covered in dark ink. A crown lying on the ground, cracked down the middle. A white rabbit running through fog, but it has no face, only a shadow. The screen glitches, like reality is tearing apart. A voiceover speaks, calm but serious. There is a world hidden behind stories. A world that doesn't want to stay hidden anymore. Another flash, children's laughter twisted into something creepy, like it's playing backward. Now the screen goes quiet for 1 second. Then boom sound hits hard. A door appears in the middle of nowhere, floating in the air. It slowly opens by itself. Bright light spills out, but it doesn't feel safe. The voiceover returns. Wonderland was never a fairy tale. It was a warning. The light flickers, and inside the door we see a hallway with mirrors, but the reflections move wrong. Something is watching. A shadow steps closer, and the screen cuts to black. Text flashes fast, Descendants 5, then another line, Wicked Wonderland, and a final whisper in the dark, "You shouldn't have come back." The moment the door opens, the air feels different, like the world is holding its breath. Bright light spills out, but it isn't warm. It is cold, sharp, and strange, like moonlight that burns. The screen shows a path made of black and white tiles stretching into fog. Floating lanterns glow above it, swinging like they are alive. A soft voiceover says, "Some doors don't lead to places, they lead to problems." Then the sound of a distant laugh echoes, light at first, then slowly turning into something darker. We cut to fast flashes, a hand holding an old gold key, shaking like it's scared. A torn paper that reads, "You are invited," but the letters move, twisting into new words, "You are trapped." The music rises. We see the edge of Wonderland, beautiful colors, huge trees, bright flowers, but everything looks wrong when you stare too long. The sky changes from blue to purple in seconds. Clouds move backward. A river flows upward like it forgot how to fall. The voiceover continues, "Wonderland does not follow time. And it does not follow truth." A new sound begins like a bell ringing inside someone's head. A character turns around fast, like they heard their name, but no one is there. The screen flickers and shows a giant gate made of playing cards standing tall like a wall. The cards are clean and shiny, but behind them we hear whispers, like a crowd hiding in the dark. The gate slowly opens, and on the other side we see a city made of glass and candy colors. But the streets are empty. No people, no sound, just a sign hanging from a broken pole that says, "Welcome home." Then it cracks and the words fall off, leaving only, "Home." Suddenly, we see shadows running across walls, but nothing is making them. A clock tower appears, huge and leaning, and every clock on it shows a different time. The ticking gets louder and louder until it becomes a loud beating noise. The voiceover says, "Magic is changing." And it's spreading. A flash shows a book opening by itself, pages flipping fast, stopping on a page with a drawing of the Isle, Auradon and Wonderland connected by a dark line. The line grows like a crack in glass spreading across the page. Another whisper comes, close to the ear. "Once you step inside, Wonderland will remember you." The screen cuts to black, and the last thing we hear is a soft voice saying, "And it will not let you go." The music turns faster, like a storm coming closer. We see quick shots of people running through a forest where the trees bend like they are watching. The ground shifts under their feet, changing from grass to stone to chessboard tiles in seconds. A voiceover speaks in a low, steady tone. In Wonderland, the land listens. And it changes when you are afraid. A loud crack is heard and we see a mirror break, but instead of glass, it breaks into glowing pieces of light. The pieces float in the air like they are still alive. A figure appears for only 1 second tall, wearing a dark coat with a crown-shaped shadow behind their head. We don't see the face, only the smile. The screen flashes with words, "Who rules Wonderland?" Then the smile fades and we hear a soft voice whisper, "You came here looking for answers. But I came here to rewrite you." The sound hits hard and we see a character fall to their knees, holding their head like they can't breathe. Around them the air ripples, and the world changes like a dream turning into a nightmare. The trailer shows fast cuts of fights and magic. A glowing staff strikes the ground, sending a wave of light across the street. A storm of playing cards flies like blades. Someone dodges, sliding across the floor, their eyes wide with fear. A crown appears in the air, spinning slowly, and then it snaps in half like it was made of paper. The voiceover says, "This is not a game. This is a trap." Then we see a hand reach for a door, but the handle melts like wax. Another voice, scared and shaking, says, "The doors won't open. They're closing behind us." A strong beat drops and we see a group standing together looking at a giant castle made of twisted towers. The castle looks beautiful from far away, but up close it has cracks like it was built on lies. A new symbol appears on the screen, a red heart with a black crack through it. The whispers return, louder now, like many voices speaking at once. "Choose, choose, choose." One character steps forward, but the ground opens and they fall into darkness. Another character screams their name, but the scream gets cut off like the sound was stolen. Then everything slows down. A quiet moment. A character stands in front of a mirror. Their reflection smiles, but they don't. The reflection lifts a hand and touches the glass. The real character backs away, but the reflection steps out of the mirror like it's walking into the real world. The voiceover says, "Wonderland doesn't change you. It shows the part of you you hide." A sudden flash, those eyes glow a bright red, and they whisper, "I remember everything, even what you forgot." The screen cuts to black and the last sound is a single laugh. Calm, confident, and cruel. The music suddenly drops into silence, like the world just stopped breathing. For 1 second, there is nothing, no sound, no light, only a low, deep hum. Then the screen slowly fades in, showing a wide shot of Wonderland at night. The sky is full of moving stars, but they spin in circles like they are trapped. A voiceover speaks, soft but serious. "You thought you knew how the story ends." A slow ticking begins again, and a single word appears on screen. "Wrong." We see fast clips, like final warning shots. A hand reaches out and grabs a glowing key, but the key burns the skin. A door slams shut so hard it shakes the whole ground. A shadow walks across a wall, wearing a crown, and every light around it turns off as it passes. A character whispers, shaking, "We can't leave." Another voice answers, calm and cold, "You were never meant to." The music rises again. Louder now, with heavy drums and sharp beats, the screen flashes white, and the title slams in with a loud hit, Descendants 5. The letters glitch, cracking like glass. Then the subtitle appears beneath it, glowing like dark magic. "Wicked Wonderland," the voiceover says. "This isn't a new adventure. This is a new rule." The screen shows a twisted castle gate opening, and behind it, a bright red glow spills out like fire. The air shakes, like something huge is waking up. A whisper comes from the darkness. "Welcome back. I've been waiting." Now the trailer speeds up one last time. We see faces in flashes, fear, anger, tears, and strength. A character raises their hand and magic explodes like a wave of light pushing back the darkness. Another character runs through falling cards, dodging like it's a storm. A clock tower collapses and time breaks. Everything freezes for 1 second, then snaps forward. The voiceover speaks faster now. "When time breaks, secrets come out." A bright keyhole symbol appears, spinning in the air, then shattering into smoke, then everything stops again. The final moment. A character stands in a hallway filled with mirrors. They look around, breathing hard. A voice calls their name from behind. They turn and see themselves, but not the same. The reflection steps closer and smiles. The reflection says clearly, like it knows the truth, "You're late." The screen cuts to black. Final text appears slowly, 2026, then one last line. The story isn't over. And the very last sound is a soft laugh, followed by a door locking forever.